What's up, people? Welcome back to the channel. Tottenham Hotspur are set to play Wolverhampton Wanderers tomorrow, September 27th at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And guys, it's a big game for us. With a win tomorrow and some favorable results elsewhere, we can find ourselves sitting second in the league right behind Liverpool in 6 weeks into the season. Will we take advantage of Wolves' poor form this weekend? Let's get into the match preview. We're going to jump right into it. Let's look at our head-to-head in our last 5 matches. And look, I know what I said. Hopefully we get a win tomorrow, some favorable results in the weekend. But in the last 5 games, against Wolves specifically, we've lost 4 and drew once. So we haven't won a game against Wolverhampton Wanderers in the last 5 games. Not good form in the recent years against the Wolves. But in terms of form, Wolves are currently 20th in the Premier League with 0 points. And we are sitting in 3rd. And with that being said, on paper, we should win this game fairly comfortably. I'm expecting us to really dominate in possession, and that game is going to look really in favor of Spurs on the weekend. History aside, let's look at some players that can really make an impact this match. Let's talk about Wilson Odegaard and Destiny Udogie, specifically the left side of Tottenham Hotspur. I think that this is going to be a very, very important aspect of our game this weekend. It looked great against Brighton. It looked really good against the game in Doncaster. And I really, really hope that this is a game where we get to see some creativity come from that left side like we haven't really been seeing in the past few matches. I think that seeing Destiny Udogie and Wilson Odegaard link up in the Brighton game specifically was a breath of fresh air, especially when you have Xavi Simons in that number 10 position, linking up. I think that's going to take a lot of pressure off of Kudus and really create something against this Wolves team. But as for Wolves, there's a few players that are on my radar. Of course, you have Hwang. He's scoring a lot of goals for, well, not really a lot of goals, but he's probably their main threat at this point in time. You could bring up names like Strand Larsen. I'm not sure what their injury list is like right now, but of course, Strand Larsen, whenever he's playing, he could always bag a goal whenever you least expect it. So guys like him, overall, Wolves have been poor. I mean, they lost 3-1 against Leeds, a newly promoted side, which I know they did a lot of transfer business in the summer, but I think that this team is really lacking in a lot of areas, especially when they're missing Matheus Cunha and Ryan Aït-Nouri. So those two guys being out of the squad, Wolves have not seemed to find any kind of traction this season. So I think it's going to play really big into Tottenham Hotspur's hands. Like I said, guys like Wilson Odegaard and Destiny Udogie could have a field day with their right side over the weekend. And with that being said, we're going to jump right into the predicted lineup. I'm going to go with a 4-3-3, and if you saw my last video, you would have an inkling of what I'm about to say. In goal, we're going to go with Big Vic. He's been consistent. He's been really good despite the Brighton performance. We can look past that. In defense, Destiny Udogie, Mickey Van de Ven, Coutinho Romero, and yes, and I've been trying so hard to predict a Jet Spence and Destiny Udogie wingback pairing, but I've given up. I think he's going to play Pedro Porro this weekend. And watch, this is going to be the game where he doesn't do it, and he's going to play Udogie and Spence on the fullbacks. But I don't even mind. I just think Pedro Porro needs a rest, but I'm going against my gut at the moment, and I'm going to say Pedro Porro gets the start. Midfield, João Paulinho, Bergvall, Xavi Simons. This is going to be a great midfield matchup this weekend. I cannot wait to see this in full form, in full-fledged performance. Whenever Lucas Bergvall was playing in the 10 against Brighton, he did not look very good at all. But whenever Xavi Simons came into that 10 position and then Lucas Bergvall came into the 8, it really unlocked something in his game. So I think starting with this weekend could be huge if Frank decides that way. Forward line, Wilson Odegaard, Richarlison, and Mohamed Kudus. I'm really excited to see Kudus back into the lineup. I know he missed out the Doncaster game, which is much needed on his part. I'm glad he got that rest, but I want to see some creativity coming from those wings so we can really break down this Wolves side, because they're going to be sitting back trying to hit us on the counter, and I think we have the creativity to break them down. Last but not least, my game predictions. It will be a game, like I said, where we're going to have complete control. Guys like Kudus, Xavi, and our whole left side need to shine. I think it's going to be another 3-0 win to Tottenham Hotspur. It's going to be cool, calm, and collected. I think we're going to dominate the game. I think we're going to be looking at this match in a couple weeks being like, that was our best performance, but then you'll have to second guess because, whoa, it was against Wolves. So I think they're just too poor. I think we're too good. I think they're going to come out on top 3-0. I hope I'm not biting my tongue at the end of the weekend. But like I said, with some favorable results Elsewhere, we could be sitting at second in the league, and that is really, really exciting going into the Bodo Glimt game and then Leeds over the next weekend. So a lot of things to look forward to as a Spurs fan. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Who do you think Thomas Franks can go with this match? Are you nervous about this match? Because this is a potential banana skin, considering the past 5 games we played against Wolves. Let me know your thoughts. Leave a like, subscribe, and comment. It really, really does help me out. As always, up the Spurs. God bless.